That's what I'm saying. From what you have told me over the past few days, I probably wouldn't have seen it anyway because, as I say, it was hit and miss a lot of times as to what wrestling shows we got in the UK.
Like, what all you get in the UK before you moved down here?
It varied. We used to get Monday Night Raw all the time.
93, I believe that started.
Before that, wrestling used to be on a Sunday evening.
Which one?
That's the thing. I don't know.
It probably has something with WWE because
It was because I remember seeing the old guys, you know, the Hulk Hogan's and the Bushwhackers and all that, like pre-90s.
yeah, then there was
That's early 90s.
Well, I saw wrestling from about 84 onwards. And so
Then you probably would have caught Clash of Champions. First one was in 88.
yeah, but not all of them was shown on TV. That's
no.
the
She
whole
was
thing.
saying that it was no WCW over there.
So y'all didn't have WCW, y'all had WWE then.
Yeah.
Which would have been interesting for them if they would have had WCW. They probably would have more competition, or a lot of competitions would have, you know, begin.
Because on top of that as well, we had how to put it? We had English wrestling as well, which the rules are slightly different. Because a lot of times it was best of 3 pins that you get. I know you guys still get the best of 3 pin that like we had last night. But that was a big thing in England, and then you had some wrestling matches where you had to pin someone for 5. Some matches you had to pin someone for 10.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So it was and for me to remember everything, it gets really muddled in, and you know what I mean. Whereas over here, you just had just straight WWE, WCW.
NCW.
There was a lot of mixed, you know, things going on. So
Which is cool and understandable. I'm thinking they probably would have upgraded right about now from over there.
well, over there now, as soon as we started having satellite TV, which is Sky TV in England,
Oh,
then we
yeah.
started getting more things. But I'd already left home by then. And my parents had stopped watching it a while back. And I couldn't afford Sky TV when I left home.
That's the reason why she was able to see WWE, because a lot of the WWE pay-per-views, especially like in the new generation, most of them were brought to you by Skybox.
Yeah.
Which I can understand that too. But there's so much like competition we got from back then, and a lot more competition that we got now.
So I didn't pay any attention to whatsoever as Stephen done.
Oh no, I'm talking about there's more competition now
Right,
than
but
was
I
back
think,
then.
But what it is now, and also is that it's more publicised now in England. You know, it was. I don't want to say it was under wraps because that's not the way I want to put it. But you got to remember, in the UK, we only had 4 TV channels.
Yeah, I remember you saying
So
that.
for the longest time, you know, there wasn't much we could do.
Right, and I know yesterday I was talking about a little bit of Clash of Champions, the pay-per-view. It's going to happen this Sunday. Mike knows more about the Clash of Champions history than anybody, so I'm going to let him talk about the history of Clash of Champions.
Well, Clash of Champions actually started off as a competitor to Vince McMahon WrestleMania 4. While Vince McMahon was in the works of making WrestleMania 4 on pay-per-view, Ted Turner and the powers that be in his company thought, why not broadcast a wrestling show that is just like a pay-per-view, but we're not going to put it on pay-per-view, we're going to put it on TBS. Because, of course, Ted Turner owns TNT and TBS. It's like, that way, fans would get to see good quality wrestling without having to pay the extra for it. So the first Clash of Champions was in 1988. The main event was Sting versus Flair for the NWA World Title, and at that time, Sting, he was kind of well known because of his exposure in Georgia Championship Wrestling with Jim Hellwig, Ultimate Warrior. They were known as the Blade Runners. And when
never knew that.
When they parted ways, they were actually originally called something else. It wasn't the Blade Runners. They were called something completely different, like what was it? Not the All American Boys. It was something else. But anyway, by then, Warrior went to World Class, and Sting stayed with the NWA. And he was just making a name for himself, so I guess the best way to put him out there was having him face Flair for the world title and have Sting take home the prize. That was the very first Clash of Champions. So, as you know now, with WWE taking over WCW, it's now a pay-per-view to replace Night of Champions. But originally, it was not a pay-per-view at all.
So when did it change over to a pay-per-view?
When WWE got a hold of it.
And they saw that they could make money from it.
Because like I said, it got changed. Night of Champions got replaced with Clash of Champions. Because, of course, this man got the rights to it, so you can do whatever you want with it. But yeah, it didn't become pay-per-view until after Vince bought the company. They just started recently using it a couple of years ago. They didn't start using it right off jump.
Yeah, it was just always like Night of Champions. It was never like Clash of Champions.
Dozens of people.
So I believe it had to have been like a few years ago when they started it.
I still don't know why they decided to use it.
I'm sorry, I have to just quickly put it. That was a damn good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like why they took King of the Ring out of pay-per-view spot and then just made it basic. Because King of the Ring ain't gonna be decided until Night of Champions. It's like, so pretty much two events. One used to be pay-per-view. One that wasn't a pay-per-view is getting put together in one night.
But the last time they did a pay-per-view, they did the I believe it was 2016, where they put the semifinals and finals on there, and it was on a what was it, on a Tuesday or Wednesday?
I thought the last time they did King of the Ring, it was on SmackDown. That's where it ended, at least I should say.
Learn more about recurring constipation, abdominal pain, and
It was like a little pay-per-view with the semifinals and finals, but they did the first rounds on Raw and SmackDown.
Sis, thank you. People don't just say this about any probiotic. Culturelle promotes digestive balance.
But anywho, your favorite match from Clash of Champions?
Oh, there were a lot of them.
Man, we got a little time.
Let me see. One, since I've been watching them online. Actually, one of the good matches is actually on one I'm watching right now that was held here in Milwaukee. It's a Thunder Cage match. Come think about it. It's on one side it's Vader. The match is going on right now as I was watching it. I know one side was Sting, Dusty Rhodes. Y'all know him as Goldust. And Ron Simmons. The other side, it's Vader, Paul Orndorff, and who was the other member? I forgot who the other member is. It started off like that originally. It was gonna be 4-on-4, but then Rick Rude was on one side. I think he got injured, or he's in the match. I think I can't remember right now because I'm watching it right now. But that was a really good one. Thunder Cage was a really good one. That was the first time they put that on TV. That wasn't a pay-per-view. All the rest of the time, Thunder Cage was pay-per-view, or was part of a pay-per-view, I should say. Let's see.
From somewhere amazing.
A lot of times, This isn't really a favorite of mine, but a lot of the times, especially in the mid '90s, it was like the first match of the night was always the same. It was like William Regal, who was the television champion at the time. It was him and Johnny B. Bad like almost every Clash of Champions in the mid '90s. That's how every one of them started off with a 15-minute time limit. It was ridiculous. I got tired of watching it after a while.
Let's see.
Which one has a better touch screen?
I can't remember them because it was like so long ago. It's like one of those times I just gotta rewatch and just rewatch from there. But compared to the matches that they got going on for this Sunday to the ones in the past, what do each of y'all think about if y'all seen them
I'm gonna have
compared
to
to?
let you guys go on that one because I honestly don't remember a lot of them. So I'm gonna have to put that in your capable hands. Mike?
We're really excited to partner with our local Kia dealers to help our four-legged friends.
Let's see, from past to now. It's kind of hard to say because now it's two different entities and it's different time, different era. Because, like I said, WCW had Clash of Champions. WWE didn't have it. I will admit to this though. It was like a clash for WCW when they did Clash of Champions. They had like at least 2 or 3 a month. I'm not talking about just like once or twice. They had it like at least 2 or 3 a month. Heck, they ended on like almost. I think they were like in the 30s, like Clash of Champ 30s or something like that before WCW got taken over. But they did Clash of Champions a lot within a month's time. And it was always like the big matches, except for when it came down to pay-per-views. But yeah, it was pretty much just like watching a pay-per-view just without having to watch it on pay-per-view. That's pretty much what it was. And the commercials, of course, because it was on TBS.
Right.
But that's like the only big difference. You can't really say what difference it is now because, like, of course, that was a different time, different era.
I don't know, but I can tell the difference there because I know, like Clash of Champions, you have like some titles on the line and stuff. I don't know, it was all of them at the time, but
oh, WCW did all of them at one point in time. It wasn't always like I put it like this: they didn't have them all. Like sometimes they would have them all, sometimes they wouldn't. But they would always have the world title on the line. That'd be I know the 2 belts they usually will always have on the line. A lot of the times, world title was a given. They always had that one. But the only other 2 titles that usually changed hands a lot or were defended a lot on Clash of Champions was either the television title or the tag team titles. And back then, WCW only had about 3 belts anyway. Now, unless you want to count before it got switched over to just WCW, because NWA had their belts in there too. In the early 90s for WCW, they had the NWA World title, which was dubbed in WCW as the International title. They had the WCW World title. They had the US Tag Team titles. They had the WCW Tag Team titles, WCW Television titles, NWA Tag Team titles. That was the early 90s though, before NWA was no more. Then it was just Tag Team US Heavyweight. That's all they had. I will admit this though, that WCW had a lot more tag teams back then.
Would you not agree that all of that is pretty suspicious?
what about the Cruiserweight? Because I know the Cruiserweight probably was in the...
Cruiserweight didn't come along. Well, they had the lightweight title, but that kind of faded into existence after a while.
Detectives thought this was odd as well.
She said, listen, maybe this was a burglary. Check for a large ring.
I guess that's like... Because, like I said, all titles on the line and like... They had like people on there that feature on there as former champions. Which is like a good thing.
That
You
was
get some.
pretty cool when they had that one Legends night on there, though, man. It was a bunch of people there.
Not the way I wanted to get my money. That's the
You could
exact-
tell you could tell that one was over because Andre the Giant was still alive at that point in time.
Absolutely.
At what point you
That was like 91, I think it was, or 92, something like that.
I don't recall saying.
Oh, when he was in WCW.
But if they have that on,
He was there for one. He was there for one of the Classic Champions. He wasn't competing. He was just there as a legend.
because,
Oh, okay.
again, your
By
hands
then,
are
Andre's
questionable
good
because
days were
everything
behind
has to
him
be
already.
I guess I watched too many of those.
Oh, wow.
Shows.
But
Detectives had already talked
from this Sunday's pay-per-view, I don't know if y'all know like all the matches on there. So, which matches are take your interest?
The tag team one, and then Braun Strowman and what's his face having to battle each other.
Oh,
for
Seth
the-
Rollins.
So the Seth Rollins title is kind of like, what the
Is
fuck's
he-
going on?
They'd be smart. They'd be smart if they give Braun Strowman the world title.
Do you know what? I think that would be awesome if Braun Strowman did get the world title. He deserves the world title. We need a big beast of a wrestler. I don't know if
Not
you
Brock
guys-
Lesnar.
I'm just letting him sit. Just let him roll with
Do you
him for
know
a couple
what?
of months.
We sitting here, we conversing, we talking nicely about wrestling, and then you have to bring up that ape-looking, no-neck motherfucker. Do you know what? That's
Oh,
divorce.
he's got a neck now.
But don't you agree? That's divorce material. We sitting here conversing.
I said
nicely.
not
You
him, but
still mentioned his name.
well, he's gonna be mentioned at some point.
I mean, everything points at her.
Who
And
said?
an easy way out to do that too early.
Sometimes you
Because
That's-
you know he's probably going to show his freaking face at the event at
this
something.
would be no easy out.
I'm not saying don't give Steph Rollins the belt back, because of course he's able to carry it. But give it to Braun Strowman, somebody that has never had it. It'd be somebody new, and the fans like Braun Strowman also. So give it to him. Let him see how he can. Let him see what he can do with it. If they don't like the decision, then give it back to Steph Rollins at the next pay-per-view or somewhere along the lines. But at least let him roll with it once.
Right,
Because for
because
the few times he's had it, he's only had what? One title shot? One? And that was against Brock Lesnar, and that was it? Then the second time around is when he got the title shot taken away from him because of Brock Lesnar.
Spray and scrub anything with a steak.
yeah, he had a few more, but I think one was ended up in a triple threat match, and the other one was
Oh, they did the laundry.
before that one. It was a one-on-one with Brock, but didn't get it. So he had like a couple times he faced Brock when the title was on the line, which is just it's like look how Braun is compared to Brock. At least Braun,
Like Joe,
Shows up.
diagnosed with cancer.
not only that, but he does more.
Well, and the thing is, the fans like him.
Like I
He's
said,
he's a big guy, and even when he's a heel, people like him because he's not an asshole. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
He can sell being a face, and he can sell being a heel. And that's one thing that is really, really good, is that, you know, he's been at different events and everything, and he enjoys the fans. That's the only way I could describe it. You know what I mean? He enjoys the fans. He enjoys, you know, being a part of the fact that they help make him who he is.
Right.
Didn't he come from around here?
His parents did.
Yeah.
Luxurious SUV in its class. You
like I
Think
said, just let him carry the belt for a couple of months, see how it works out. Since he's never had
Exactly.
it.
Because what we got, how many pay-per-views have we got left? Like 25 between now and Royal Rumble?
we have Hell in a Cell. Then the pay-per-view is either Saudi Arabia or is in Australia.
Right.
Then Survivor Series.
under control.
Then TLC.
Okay. So he could hold it for 4 pay-per-views.
And help heal your skin from within.
Is that before Royal Rumble?
Yeah, all that is before Royal
Okay.
Rumble.
He could hold it before up until Royal Rumble, and then lose it at Royal Rumble if they think that he is that bad.
Is a biological
and not a cream.
Because
Right.
we already established the fans like him.
Yeah.
He knows
Saw clear or almost clear skin.
he knows how to draw a crowd.
Yep.
That's the difference you can feel.
He's a big guy.
You're allergic to the
Let him hold on to it. Let him see what he can do with it.
including anaphylaxis.
And we haven't had a big guy for a while. Let me point out that, let me back up a bit. A big guy, it will carry on, right?
Yeah, it'll carry on.
Okay. We haven't had a big guy in the sense of a guy like Braun Strowman hold a title for the championship title like that that the fans will enjoy for a very long time.
Right.
And I think that is what's needed.
It'd be good. For those of you who just like probably not listening live, but or just listening to the longer, the next 15 minutes that we have on here. So, welcome. Thank you for listening, and people that's watching on YouTube.
And see,
Hello?
and this is the thing. You know, when it comes to the pay-per-views and stuff, WWE has seriously got to start listening to what the fans want. Put that belt on Braun Strowman. Keep the tag team titles on him. Because that would make for an interesting thing if Seth and Braun are still like tag team partners. There's going to be an issue between them over the championship, which they could keep that going for a while.
True.
Suzanne's friend, Darcy Greenberg.
It would be something interesting if they do try to do that.
There were people who said she did it. Oh, she did it. Even
What about you? Like, which matches from this Sunday is going to keep your interest or you're interested in?
I think Kofi and Randy Orton is going to be a good one. That one's going to be a back and forth.
She was grieving.
That one's going to keep you on the edge of your seat for a
She
while.
could barely
Yeah.
get out of bed. She couldn't sleep at night.
Let's see. As
Who's
for
Seth Rollins going again?
Braun Strowman.
Not that's Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns. I'm sorry.
Oh, Rowan.
Yeah.
I've never seen
See, there's another big guy. You know what I mean? Another big guy that could, you know, come through.
Very close to her.
I think the King of the Ring is going to pan out.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Parked outside my house.
I know I fell asleep on who won last night, so I don't even remember who.
What's his face with the bad haircut? Shane
Gabriel.
McMahon lost.
Oh, okay, Shane McMahon lost, so Gable won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he
Kevin
fired
Owens.
Kevin Owens.
And I was scared.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Even looked at the Suzanne.
Because he was obviously, the guy actually pinned Shane for the second time, and Kevin Owens was going around checking to make sure Shane's arms were down, and then did the,
One, yeah.
In the month prior to Peggy's murder.
and didn't do anything. Then Shane kicked out. Then Shane pinned the guy, and he did the really quick.
Oh,
And then he got Shane in a submission move, and Shane tapped. So there was no choice but to ring the bell. And then Shane started screaming at
But still found it suspicious.
Kevin Owens saying, "You're fired, you're fired."
Your mother was murdered. You go to the shop right now, the one near your house.
yeah, that's going to be interesting, too.
And you buy rubber gloves.
He ain't getting rid of Carol. He's too much of a money. He's too much of a draw.
Hey, I buy cleaning supplies all the time.
True.
Have a cleaning girl, she probably needed rubber gloves.
But I'm thinking and somehow he's going to
Floor cleaner.
get his job back, of course. Probably just
And detectives wanted to
raise hell and beat up Shane.
Peggy might have had contact with in the hours
But
before the murder.
I guess as for me,
They found on Peggy's home phone. And as they looked at
it will be, of course, the King of the Ring finals.
the area code, it would
Just interesting, it'll be either Gable or Corbin. Because everybody's going to be real shocked if Gable wins it. And everybody's
What should be the smart thing to do, Ashley?
going to be upset if Baron Corbin wins it.
Right. But you know what? We've got to, I don't know if you'll agree or not, but we've got to start getting different wrestlers winning different things. I am so sick and tired of. Don't get me wrong. I love it when Undertaker comes back, because Undertaker, when he comes in, I don't care who you are. If you don't cheer, lose your mind, and shit your pants at the same time, you ain't a wrestling fan. Simple as that. I don't care who, you know.
My boy.
Exactly. But when it comes to the likes of Randy Orton, then your favorite guy Cena, and you know, a few, no Mecha we just spoke about.
Oh, Brock, yeah.
And a few couple of others, but not so much. Those are like the main ones who are floating around right now. When they're like always coming back and forth and holding titles and all this, like it's like, do you know what? We know what you can do. We've seen it all. In this house we've got about 20 of the different T-shirts except for Brock. You know what I mean? It's like let's move on. And I like the fact that with Rey Mysterio they're teasing over the idea of him retiring. But I also like the fact that they're bringing in, I wouldn't say someone to replace him, but someone almost to take over the torch from him, like they showed him wrestling the other evening. This other guy. And it's good because I think that then builds up the other guy's character and shows what he can do and everything. But we need these newer people in there showing what they can do and, you know, showing their skills.
Right.
You know, I just thought about this. It'd be a good idea to give Gabriel the King of the Ring, but at the same token, it'd be good to give it to Eric Corbin. Why? I'll tell you why. Since people hate him anyway, because he's already arrogant and cocky and think he can do no wrong. You give him a title like King of the Ring, it's gonna be no end to it. People are gonna show up to the shows just to boo him.
Yep.
That is true. Yeah, that was like one of my reasons I'm gonna be watching for like the finals will be the main thing that I'm gonna like focus on watching.
Oh, and I mean it would actually be nice, you know, because we gotta remember there are other generations. Shane coming out, you know, and it's good though, isn't it? Shane keep on reappearing. And I'll say this, at least Triple H has taken a back seat.
He focused on NXT.
Exactly, but he's working more on that, you know, because let's be honest, NXT is his baby. And I like that they're making it. They're making NXT bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, more exciting, you know.
Especially them gonna be on cable TV a week from today.
Right.
Smart move to do that. That way you get more exposure.
Exactly.
Instead of just being on the network.
Exactly.
And also going against AEW when that comes on the 2nd of October.
Yeah.
Oh, it will be interesting. Trying to think. Let's see. Go with predictions. So, trying to think which match I should talk about. The Raw Tag Team Championship. Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
I want to see Braun, and as I already said, Seth retain that. I want to see them keep doing that. Because they're such an unusual tag team, you know what I mean? That it works, but it's like, yeah.
I don't think Ziggler or Roode could carry the boat still.
No, and that's the thing. Ziggler's another one who I'm done with. Do you know what I mean?
Is only one pill.
Right.
Are the tag team titles, are any other titles besides the WWE title, any other titles from SmackDown being defended?
Yeah, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the SmackDown
The
Women's one,
Okay.
and the Intercontinental title.
Okay, who's the tag team champions of SmackDown?
The New Day. Woods and Big E.
Okay, and who are they defending?
Oh, they're going against Revival.
Common side effects include headache and tiredness.
I don't know, I'm not too interested about that one. Because you know the New Day wins all the dang time anyway. I'm not saying I don't like the New Day, but they end up winning all the time anyway.
Right.
See what you think.
I think New Day are going to hold it, so.
Okay, what else? Intercontinental Championship, you have Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn in the corner versus The Miz
That's gonna be a good one.
Detectives working on Peggy Nadell's murder had been looking at her daughter, Suzanne. But now
It's a
they
good
were
thing that
also
they're hyping
being
the Miz back
accused of
up again.
wrong.
Yeah.
Diana
Because he was losing a lot before he got this Intercontinental title shot.
had been married for 7
He was losing almost every week. So it's good that they're bringing him back up again to make him, to put him back at like Intercontinental champion status. He's not there yet. Of course, he's not champion yet. But it's nice that they have him, that they're having him win every week prior to the pay-per-view to get him back up there.
Right.
Instead of going into the pay-per-view losing. Because then it just seemed weird because like if he keeps losing matches and then we give him an Intercontinental title spot at the pay-per-view and he's been losing, it's like, what's the point? Like he ain't gonna do nothing but lose anyway. He's going to get the champion now. He's losing against the jobbers. Well, not the jobbers, but the low-level guys. So it's a good idea that they're putting him back up there.
Because he is, let's be honest, with his age and everything, he is, even though I would say he's considered a veteran now because he's been there for so long,
Mhm.
he's still got the age that he can carry for a while, yeah, you know?
Right. Let's see. Let's go with the Raw Women's Championship, which kind of got Sparrow out of control a little bit with Sasha Banks out of nowhere just getting the title shot.
Well, that was kind of obvious that she was, as soon as she came back, shit was going to happen, so.
Yeah, so her against Becky Lynch.
I'm not a big fan of either of them, but I would like to see Becky Lynch retain because Sasha Banks I really don't have time for. Just purely based on her attitude when she's been in town. Yeah, just that, among other things.
Very little activity on her phone.
Right?
You're really quiet.
What did that mean? Diana's phone had been in DC.
I haven't really been paying attention to him enough to really have an opinion about that. Because honestly, just getting tired with the same people having the title.
The kind of phone you can buy
It's getting boring now.
activate from almost
Because you already know the pay-per-view is going to end with Charlotte having the title again for a record-setting 9 times. Like,
10, it'll be 10.
you know they're going to end it that way.
began by using the track phone number to find
I think,
and where Woodford?
Family Dollar Store.
I think,
Miami.
Not too much.
You don't have an opinion. That's how bad.
no, I do have an opinion, but it's hard to choose a winner besides the stuff that's going on backstage and other stuff that's going on too. So I'm going to take a guess, and I'm going to say Sasha Banks will win.
Before Peggy was murdered. Is Diana on the tape?
And we were just talking about the SmackDown Women's Championship, and you already said who you think
No.
is going to win it.
I don't think I know. That's no prediction.
Not Diana.
What about you, Hazel?
Karen and Samuel.
And how did they
I
know
think
who she
Charlotte will
was?
take it again.
Karen
Like
had
always.
I'd say Bayley would retain.
who came up frequently on
If she does,
Diana's-
that'd be a damn shot.
She was a high-frequency
I think everybody around the world be like, really?
Buying the disposable phone.
It'll be like when Eddie Murphy was saying about elections and how when the first black man gets it and he's running backwards and forwards and they say, oh, so-and-so won. And he's like, fucking what? We'll be like that if Bailey retains. Fucking what?
Activated using another phone to call an 800.
Let's see, the Women's Tag Team Championship
Cole Hatcher finally
got
persuaded a track
Mandy. Well, y'all probably haven't been paying attention, but Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss.
Whose number was that?
Nikki and Alexa.
Yeah.
Had that name surfaced before?
Yes.
Yeah, I do agree
Them
with.
heifers that had the titles way too long, and then when it gets nobody top notch except for Asuka and her one partner, and they should have had it already.
Benson had a rap sheet. So what's going on?
Yeah, they haven't been showing them lately.
That's the question.
That was the last time I remember even hearing about the women's tag team titles on SmackDown. Whatever happened to that feud? It just ended.
But it's the same what we've seen the other times with Oscar. It seems to like build up, and then it's like,
We got the video from the
it fades.
to follow her through the airport.
Right, and we're running out of time for the
to where
Blog Talk Radio part. So, guys, we will see you guys. Well, listen to us next week as I bring the Archer Jones shows back this coming Tuesday. So, till then, y'all have a good one. And as for YouTube, we're going to keep continuing.
Data dumps from cell phone towers in Washington, D.C.
Let's see.
That allowed them to map
What
the
else?
travel of the cell phone and off the towers.
Can you follow Diana's cell phone?
Bounced all around Washington, D.C.
Let's see. That's all the women's. We said Intercontinental. Okay, and I know we talked about a little bit of the Universal Championship, but
Is AJ Styles going to continue on?
his title is going to be defended, but they didn't say against who. Most likely, it looks like it'll be against Cedric Alexander.
And half in 95.
Exactly the way you would drive if you were heading to
So,
It'd be funny if it was defended against Kevin Owens, even though everybody that said he got, even though he didn't say that he just got fired. Wouldn't that be great?
That would.
Was this murder for hire?
yeah, he can get his job back
Up to New York,
if he wins. But
somehow get into her house and then murder her?
somehow the 24/7 belt got to be defended.
Think so.
That's gonna be hilarious. Archer never lets us down.
He doesn't. Oh boy, right
a
there.
friendly voice on the phone.
Since that belt has become a commodity, he ain't never let us down. You see how many people that he ain't supposed to have? He ain't supposed to have the title. And he be coming up with all those creative ways to get it back.
Suzanne wasn't off the hook.
Like in the last pay-per-view where he dressed in drag.
Oh god, that was funny.
Were you like dressed in drag when he was like on the commentator booth?
Yeah.
Was that? Oh, okay. That was either. I think that was SummerSlam, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Either SummerSlam or it was Extreme Rules. It was
Because
one
they
or
were going
two.
to introduce the different commentating teams, remember?
Right.
That was rich.
Yeah, that was funny.
Most of the sports show being the 24/7 champion for about 2 minutes.
Was one of them the killer?
Let's see. I know we talk about the Universal Championship.
Yes, if you could
And-
give me a minute to grab some shoes and
And I know y'all both said y'all hope Braun will win it.
I think we covered everything, to be honest.
we are
Let's
right on
see.
the corner of, yeah.
I just didn't get my
probably
pick
right
about
outside my
that.
house, so, I mean, if you give
I would
me a
say
minute and I will
Seth will retain,
$5 take-home
only because like they can probably keep it going if they want to. Like he get his rematch or whatever the next night, and maybe Braun will win it then, probably in the Hell in a Cell match.
The only way they can really keep that feud going if they keep the tag team titles.
Right.
If they don't retain the tag team titles, then I'm not saying they can't keep the feud going, but it wouldn't be as interesting.
Can you move your feet? I've got to get my shoes.
And we did mention about the WWE Championship, but I hope Kofi does retain it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Randy Orton wins it.
I'm going to be pissed if Randy Orton wins it because I'm sick of him, to be honest with you. I'll be back.
The only reason why I can see Randy Orton getting it is to make it that much better for Kofi to get it back at Hell in a Cell.
Libby, get back in here.
That's the only way I can see. That's the only way I can see it. Like if Randy Orton gets it, everybody gonna be mad. But then it's better build up for Kofi to get a rematch at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that's true.
Because who else would they put against Kofi that, if let's just say for the sake of argument he wins, who would they put up against him next to build up for the next pay-per-view?
Oh God, that would be interesting. There could be a lot of names to that, but like, if let's just say Shinsuke loses the Intercontinental Championship, he could be next in line to get the
I can actually see that. I can actually see Shinsuke and Kofi. That would not be a bad match.
I just hope if they if they decide to go that way, that would be interesting.
I didn't really
Try-
think about that until you threw that name in there. That would be a very good one.
I'm trying to think of who else. Well, for Gable, if he wins King of the Ring, it'll be too soon.
Do you want ready-to-wear clothing without all the hassle?
You wouldn't be able to know how to carry it yet. You wouldn't know what to do.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. It's probably too soon for him to
Corbin,
go
on the
for
other hand, oh my God.
Sprinkles, fountains.
Yeah, how many title shots he had?
It's just that with him being as arrogant as he is, it'd be no end if he got hit in the ring.
Something that'll make everyone happy. We get it. That's a lot to drool over.
Calm down.
Sunday. The longer you look, the more there is to life.
But what else? I will put Kevin Owens back in there, but
Make room for new model year Kia
can't do that.
We have to see what they do with him. Maybe.
Exactly.
Hey.
Calm down. She's coming back.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. There. There. You fine now? You okay? You okay now? Good. Little
Look
boy.
like she finally calmed down, but
Let it run. Let it run.
I think that's pretty much it for that card. But oh yeah, Roman Reigns and Rollins.
From the first day Peggy Nadell was found murdered, police suspected her.
Say oh,
Now, another one unraveling. What if
say
the
Rowan,
was, is it the daughter responsible? Or
Libby.
the daughter-in-law?
Say Rowan.
Both. That would be conclusion of
You
the
funny
evil
you
to
did
come is Josh Mankiewicz.
Where's that squeaker at?
3 months after the murder,
Right over there.
Suzanne
Yeah.
was still saying she
Yeah.
didn't believe she was ever a suspect.
But
Sometimes, as you know, people look guilty,
I think that would be
but they really know. Are you in
it, and we're probably just gonna end it right here for YouTube. So probably the next time we probably will do this will be random, but at least it'll be before the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
It was her daughter-in-law,
So
Diana.
until then, guys,
Diana's friend.
I guess y'all see me next Tuesday for the Archer Jones show. So till then, have a good one.